You all for supporting black businesses, but don't ask for discounts every time your friend is doing something. Support them. This your girl, Keela Janae, and I'm the designer of Risen Royalty, and you're watching Black Dynasty TV.
Oh, man.
First, introduce yourself.
My name is Keela Janae. I'm the designer of Risen Royalty. I make any and everything. You said...
And you do custom pieces, right?
Yeah, clothes,
Jack.
bags,
Baby
decor,
stuff.
baby things, women's, men's, anything.
Lovely, beautiful. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Like how I started.
Well, first, where you're from, your background.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I moved here when I moved to Atlanta, Covington, whatever y'all want to call it, when I was 11. So yeah.
Okay, what was your life like in Detroit?
I was spoiled. from what I remember. I don't really too much remember Detroit, so.
Did anybody do design or sew when you were younger? Is that how you got?
Actually, my grandmas both sew, but I didn't really know until I got older. I actually started sewing when I went to church.
A birthday cake?
Should I keep going?
Wow.
I didn't really know that they made like things, but I knew they sewed, but I didn't know that they were so successful sewing. But my great grandma and my grandma sews on my mom's side. Mine and Granny. But yeah, actually, they didn't start teaching me until after I started sewing. My grandma brought me and Keena a sewing machine, and we didn't open the box until I was at church one time, and they asked me to make pillowcase dresses, and I was like, I don't know how to sew. And they was like, just try. So I'm like, all right, it's a challenge. So Keena, which is my sister, actually showed me how to thread the machine, and then I started sewing. That's how it happened.
So your sister knows how to sew?
No.
Oh, she's just not.
She just read the directions, really, because I ain't read them.
I'm done. Okay.
But yeah.
So what was the first thing you made?
The pillowcase dress, and then I
From your church suggestion.
Yeah, I made like 6, and everybody loved them. So I was like, well, let me make me something. So I made myself something out of a pillowcase. I don't know what it was. I think it was like a skirt and a shirt. It's nothing I actually wore, but I just tried it on. And then I was like, well, let me try this, and I've been making stuff ever since.
And that's how you became a designer?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
With the help of YouTube.
What projects you have coming up?
I actually want to start normally I make custom things. I'm going to start trying to do bulk items, and the first bulk item is going to be a swimsuit line. And I'm trying to drop it maybe March. No, not March. I'm sorry, May.
Okay.
May, yeah.
Okay, so what would that be? A summer
yeah.
collection? Okay.
My first collection.
So what's your plan for that? What's your campaign? You want to do a pop-up shop? You want to have a
I actually
storefront?
want to do a pop-up shop, and I want to do get Black Dynasty to do my little commercial. Okay. So I want to launch a photo shoot first, and then launch my commercial, and then drop my brand. So
nice.
It's like
the whole setup lit. So do you have anything you want your fans to be looking out for, like as far as where they can find that stuff and where you're gonna be?
I'm gonna try to make a website. Okay. But for the most part right now it's just Instagram.
Okay. And then so for this pop-up shop, what area is that in?
I want to do Atlanta.
Okay.
Definitely.
Cool. So downtown Atlanta, everybody be looking out for that. Now, have you done anything in Atlanta? Any pop-up shops or any modeling or fashion shows?
I actually have a lot. Maybe in 2016, I did 6 fashion shows.
Oh, wow. What fashion shows are those?
I know I did Young Atlanta. I did...
Lit. That's huge.
Yeah, that was the best one, actually.
And your clothes were there, or you just modeled?
I modeled and I designed. So.
Lit.
It was fun. I did a walk fashion show once.
I heard them.
I did a couple other ones, but I don't really remember the names. But those 2 were my favorites, so those are the ones I remember.
And what was your favorite about them?
It was just the energy. Like, everybody was... They did good promoting and everything was fun. So.
Okay, so there's a lot of
Good
people
vibes,
that, okay,
yeah.
yeah, check. Okay. So as far as like what you have planned in the future, do you plan on having any fashion shows or anything like that?
I want to do another one, but honestly, I wanna model in one. Like I wanna start back modeling.
Okay.
Not so much pictures, but I do want to do runway.
Runway,
But I do plan on. I want to plan another fashion show for my brand, but it'll be after I drop the swimsuits.
Okay. Is there anybody you want to collab with maybe in your next collection?
I got a few designers that I've been reaching out to.
Locally or big names?
It's one girl in Atlanta. Her name's Blair. She has a swimsuit line and she's really good.
Okay.
Her Instagram is, I think, _ Blair. But that's not her swimsuit line. That's the page I follow though. But she's real cool. She's real nice and she has really good swimsuits. So.
Lit. Are you making swimsuits yet?
I made one. I'm self-taught, so I'm still teaching myself on how to actually do it. And
Yeah, that's like the number one go-to in Atlanta. Girls love to get them swimsuits and sell them to the strippers.
That's another thing I want to do. I really want to
Get into
I want to find a strip club that I can.
And more clubs are doing it now, where you can have your pop-up shop during club hours. They give you some, yeah, like actual clubs are doing them too now, and I definitely want to get into that.
Definitely do that.
Yeah. So you said you like to model, and so basically that's kind of like performing. So is there any particular venues you have an idea of where you want to model at, or?
No, I used to get a lot of.
Line.
Oh, I would definitely love to do New York Fashion Week or what is it, Victoria's Secret.
Okay.
I would love to.
I would be terrified to do Victoria's Secret. Because you're naked and it's
that's the best
so many people.
That's the best part.
I know that's confidence, sis.
It's legs. It's all in the legs.
It's all in legs. I'm done. You have plenty of it. How tall are you?
I'm actually 5'6" and a half. I'm pretty short. I just got long legs, short torso.
People think I'm tall too, but I just have long legs. I'm like, and then you are way taller than me. I'm not tall. So, let's see. So give us some inside tips on like someone who maybe want to get into the game of being a fashion designer.
I'll say this off of my experience. Don't be shy, because to this day I'm still shy, but it's like if you don't get out there, if you don't promote yourself, then nobody's going to know who you are. Nobody's going to promote you like you. Nobody's going to promote your brand like you. So that's my tip.
So have you, promotion-wise, have you given any of your products to like celebrities or anybody like that?
No.
Like didn't B.O.B. get your jacket at one time?
He tried, but I had conflict with another designer who was hating, so that didn't go through. But,
oh no, what happened there?
She basically tried to say that my design was her design and reached out to him and told him not to talk to me no more after me and him had a conversation on him buying the jacket from me. She tried to say that it was her design and it wasn't.
Oh wow.
He ended up not reaching out to me, which is fine because there will be other designers.
Right, and he'll
other celebrities.
And he will figure out he messed up later. It always comes back around. So, is there anybody in particular you're planning on making a piece for, or getting your artwork out to, maybe DMing or catching in the club one day?
You know what? I really want to make something for Janelle Monáe, and I DM her all the time.
That's beautiful.
Constantly. One day she gonna read it, but so far she hasn't.
It's coming.
Actually, the first line or the first fashion show I did was dedicated to her, like, cause she loves black and white, so I did everything black and white with a few pieces of red and pink because of me. But yeah, that was Young Atlanta.
Young Atlanta, you dedicated that one to Janelle Monáe. That's nice. I like that a lot. So, do you have your logo? Explain to them your logo. They don't know it, but
it's basically risen royalty with the crown. My brand means basically telling the youth that we are descendants of kings and queens, so therefore we should treat ourselves like royalty and be yourself. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. That's why I make custom things, because I want you to challenge me, like get something that you've never seen and I'll make it. Like,
that's beautiful.
See it in your head and I'll make it.
That's beautiful. So you like the challenge of the custom designs and people.
That's why I'd be like, DM me things, like anything you want. Like I'll just, and I'm reasonable with prices. So I work with you. I go out, buy all the fabric, measure you. you know.
So explain your creative process for us. Like when you're about to design, like do you drink tea, listen to
Never so in
spiritual
silence.
music? Never so in silence. Okay.
Yes, I have to have. Sometimes I listen to R&B. Sometimes I listen to rap. You know, just however I feel. But I never so in silence, and I never really draw out my designs. I'm trying to get into that now. I kind of see it in my head, or I'll explain it to you, or I'll write it down. But I don't. I rarely draw.
And you can draw too, right?
Yeah, but not close. Like I don't see it on paper like how I see it in my head, so I hate drawing it out. But I will, but it just don't.
And you created your own logo, drew your own logo, right? Okay. And your first logo you have tatted on you, right?
Yeah.
The bow.
Yeah, that was supposed to be my panty line.
Are you still gonna have that?
I would love to.
What's holding you back?
Panties are actually not that hard to make. The thing that's hard to make is bras, and then I don't really like bras, so it's kind of like if you don't wear them, then you don't really know what
they should feel like and look like.
So I don't really like them.
I think you could just do panties and no bras, or do the bras with no lining in it.
And that's what I've been doing, the lace bras, because you know, I don't like the underwire.
Lingerie, yeah, that's nice. I'm excited about that. So what's your average day like? Do you sew every day? Are you getting clients constantly?
I try to sew at least 5 times a week, if not every day. If I'm not sewing, I'm thinking about an idea that I could create. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part about having this job or this line of work?
It's fun. Like, it's fun to have a job that you actually enjoy doing. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm working. I feel like I'm doing my hobby.
Real entrepreneur situation. So what's your favorite part of the process? Sewing, creating the designs.
Actually sewing it. The worst part to me is cutting out the stuff. Because, like I said, I don't draw it. I don't use patterns. So it's really hard to actually draw everything on the fabric. That's how I do it. I draw it out on the fabric. I don't use no patterns. I use a ruler and my chalk. That's it.
Oh wow, that's real. Like though, you know, like you can do anything at any point in time because all you need is your drawing. So what's the part you hate or you like the least about your job? Other than the drawing, like the actual business of it, entrepreneur side.
I'll say this. It's gonna sound mean, but a lot of you guys do it. It's when my customers try to like come up with fabric in their head and then expect me to find it in the store. Because like I said, I go to the store and I pick out all the fabric. So if you like something, you be like, oh, I want it to look like this, and the fabric don't exist. Like, how am I supposed to find it? So it's just, you know, I do it, but it's like
give me an
my least
example.
favorite. Like, let me see. We're trying not to step on nobody's toes. But I had this girl. She wanted a dress, and I'm like, okay, you know. So what kind of fabric do you want it out of? She doesn't know, but she wants this pattern. So I'm like, okay, let me go to the fabric store and find a pattern. Found the pattern, perfect pattern, exactly what she wanted, but it's not the fabric she wanted. So I'm like, okay, so what kind of fabric do you want? She doesn't know. So if you don't know, how am I supposed to know? Right. It's just, you know,
difficulty of coming to create.
But it comes with it. It comes with it.
So what's the process like when you are working with someone who wants a custom design? How does that usually go?
We talk about it first, like whether we meet up or we're on the phone. Then I tell them my ideas. They tell me theirs. Then I go to the fabric, or then I measure you. I'll measure the person, and then I'll go to the fabric store, get all the fabric, and then create.
Beautiful. So, do you ever have any anxiety or like, oh my gosh, are they gonna love it?
All the time. every single piece. I'm my biggest critic, so it's like I'm harder on myself. Like I'll be sewing, and I'll be sitting there mad because I get very frustrated. Like if I'm a perfectionist, I'm a Virgo, so that's how we are. So I'll be sitting there sewing. My boyfriend will be like, oh, it looks good. And I'll be like pointing out all the flaws that I see. And he'd be like, nobody sees that until you point it out. But, you know, I'm my biggest critic, so. But for the most part, perfectionists. I feel like we're hardworking. But some of them got attitudes. I feel like I got one sometimes, but not really.
Are y'all known for being like outspoken? Very.
I don't know, I'm shy. Look, I'm shy. But a lot of Virgos aren't, so I'm not sure.
So as far as your modeling, do you have or even with your designing, do you have a portfolio together?
No, I need to create one. People been getting on me about that, but it's just, I need to create one. I'm going to create one. How about that to be on my 2019 list of things I need to do? Create my portfolio, because yeah, I need one.
Yeah,
for both designing and modeling.
So what is it that you want the world to know? Like, we want to make sure all your fans see this, you know, we want to make sure that you get anything out that you need to say to them to do anything you want them to do.
Stop asking for discounts. People work hard. This is how people pay their bills. Like, you all for supporting black businesses, but don't ask for discounts every time your friend is doing something. Support them. Whether it's a share, whether it's anything, like anything, just support them without asking for discounts. I feel like everybody should know that. Or for free, because that kills me. Like, you're willing to promote me if you get free things, but if you gotta buy it, you like, nah. Like, I know I'm good. I know I sew really good, but people just, and you know, I feel like a price that somebody gives should be, you know, if you're willing to support that person, pay that price. Because if you go to Gucci or Louis Vuitton, you can't ask them for a discount.
Right.
So, you know, support people. Like, pay their price. Stop asking for discounts. That's important.
And how do you handle incorporating feedback into your designer work?
Oh, I love it. I feel like people are scared to like, I always ask you, critique me. Like, if you don't like something, tell me. Because how am I supposed to grow? How am I supposed to know? Like, I need to know, oh, this doesn't fit right here. Or it'll be better if you do this. So next time I can, you know, be better. I'm self-taught. I didn't take any classes. I didn't go to school for this. So I'm still learning every day. Every time I make something, I'm learning. So, you know, critique me. I don't mind.
So, what are your platforms? Where can we find you? What are your handles?
My Instagram is _Risen Royalty. RISEN, Risen. My Facebook is Kiwa Janae. Janae is spelled JENAE hyphen. And I think that's all I got. I don't got no Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for interviewing with us. You were awesome.